6470, runway 24, clear takeoff. Wind 101 to knots, max 17. 3740, that's from identified, and then up to 6
Within the heart of the Gatwick Diamond, an initiative to help and inspire 16 to 25-year-olds to start their own business. From July 2016, young Start-up Talent has been searching the area to find the most feasible business ideas to compete for this year's prize fund. The Gatwick Diamond area has once again revealed a wealth of entrepreneurial young talent. Welcome to the final of Young Start-up Talent Gatwick Diamond 2017. Every year, a set of young entrepreneurs submit their business concepts to see if they have what it takes to win over the local business community and be in with a chance to walk away with £50,000 investment. This year, a team of leading business professionals gathered to find a young business talent in the area, in a bid to whittle down Gatwick Diamond's finest entrepreneurs down to its very best. Who knows their business inside out? Who can face the judges under pressure? And who has what it takes to be the next big thing? After visiting schools, colleges and universities within the area, the successful applicants attended the Young Start-up Talent Speed Networking event at Basepoint Business Centre in Crawley. The evening was set out to put the young entrepreneurs, all aged between 16 to 25 years old, through their paces. In attendance were judges and sponsors from the local area who were keen to see the range of ideas to enter the process. Following on from the speed networking, only 5 businesses have been selected and are about to pitch in front of our Gatwick Diamond judges at the offices of Thales in Manor Royal. Making up the panel for 2017 includes Matt Turner, CEO of Creative Pod, which includes an award-winning full-service design, marketing and print agency based in the southeast. At just 20 years old, Matt started his own business, which has since led him to winning a number of business awards. David Kickham, Operations Director, Thales Group. David Kickham joined Thales in 1986 as a software engineer and focused on ground-based and airborne radar and electronic warfare systems. Currently responsible for the industrial output of the Crawley site in support of multiple military and civil business lines, he is also leading the transformation of services and manufacturing using lean techniques to improve productivity and reduce costs. Rob Nunn, President of Future Capital LP. At just 22 years old, Rob is in charge of 2 thriving groups of companies. Rob is focused around investing in growing businesses to help them reach their full potential. Lorraine Nugent, Managing Director of Media Wordwaves. As well as being one of the founding partners for Young Start-up Talent, Lorraine has a passion for business with no shortage of expertise in the public relations world. She also heads up a leading PR agency, Media Wordwaves. Matthew Tyson, Partner at Richard Place Dobson. Matthew Tyson started at Richard Place Dobson as a trainee in 1988 before qualifying as a chartered accountant in 1992. Over the years, his career has moved towards specialising in tax and helping businesses, individuals and trusts. Daryl Gayler, Managing Director for the South Region of NatWest. Daryl has worked in banking for over 25 years and heads up the corporate lending business in the south of England for NatWest. He is also a board member of Coaster Capital, the local enterprise partnership, which mirrors his role at NatWest in terms of its focus on supporting the growth and development of the local business community. Pitching for their chance to win, Robbie, Walder and Josh Leggett with their business Label. Label is an online platform that allows clothing retailers to sample their stock to young male adults who have an interest in the premium value from luxury brands. Their website will feature a range of designer brands that will also be available to hire for customizable periods of time. In doing so, Label solves a number of common issues, including impulse buying, high price for little value, second-hand marketplace limits, and little rewards for everyday shopping.
So the UK's fashion industry is a part of one of the largest industries alive, estimated to be worth 66 billion in 2016. However, regardless of the advancements being made, there are still a large amount of issues that are yet to be accounted for. Every single one of us has fallen victim to a one-off event, an event in which our current wardrobe doesn't tailor for. It's these events where we find ourselves digging deep into our pockets to source the funds to buy a new outfit, an outfit in which we know we will only wear once. Now, although we make ourselves stand out for the evening, we still leave the evening knowing that the outfit we're wearing will make its way back to the graveyard that is the back of our wardrobes.
Now, what we've noticed what people want, they like to feel a premium feel from designer brands, but in reality they can't afford it. What we want to give to them is to put something in place where we can be able to give something back to shoppers.
Introducing Label. Label is an online platform that allows clothing retailers to sample their stock to young male adults who find premium value in luxury brands. Based on a friendly interface, our website will feature a range of designer products and exclusive goods available to hire for customisable periods of time. Loyalty schemes will be put in place, followed by the appropriate measures that will account for a risk-free process. Now, once the retailers are satisfied with the income generated from a piece of clothing, they'll have the opportunity to put it up on our second-hand marketplace. This second-hand marketplace is regulated and is accessible from all our users. We're providing customers with the tools they need to stand out, save money and open their range. Online is your new wardrobe. The never-before-questioned commitment to every single item of clothes you ever wear is no longer binding, opening up huge market opportunities for both retailers and customers.
And we're going to market this through Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we're also going to hit them up with promotional videos. Now, I've got a £5,000 budget to spend on marketing till December. With this, we will be able to send listservs and mail shots to our subscribers when they subscribe to our site with offers, what's good for them, and we're going to reach them on a personal level.
On top of this, we're initially targeting unsold/out-of-season stock. This is to create less risk and high gain for retailers in an attempt to get them on board. Now, our vision is to evolve the current fashion industry into a market that provides more opportunities for both retailers and customers. We plan on doing this by removing the limits on designer brands, branching the platform out in the future into more aspects of the market, things like women's clothing, kids' clothing.
Okay. A lot of it depends on this infrastructure you can have in place with dry cleaners and couriers. This is the bit I struggle with a little bit. To get to that is going to be a lot of investment. Is it your intention to pilot locally?
Essentially, what we're going to do, we're lucky enough to have warehouse space in my dad's office. And essentially what we plan on doing is we plan on partnering with a limited number of retailers in order to fill this warehouse space, which will allow us to have a local dry cleaners when being dropped back to the warehouse.
So you're going to start with a local pilot, controllable, local courier, local dry cleaners,
just to prove the concept works.
Okay.
If I went to Macy's with your product and said actually they'd like to partner with you, why would they allow a rent me instead of buy me next to their thing? Surely their sales would decrease, not increase.
But the point with that is the fact that we're trying to create a new process, which means people can hire out stock. So in the first place, people wouldn't buy that stock due to things like pricing. So essentially what our platform provides is it gives them the opportunity to sample the stock first and then potentially go on to buy that product.
So if you like it, you could wear it, but you're hiring it, but you
Which
could
is
have the
when you've
potential
hired
to
it out
buy
for
it.
a certain period of time, then we can say to you, would you like to hire it for longer, try and push you to hire it for longer.
Can I just pick up on the point around the competitors? The issues you flag all seem to be around the logistics and the delivery. So I guess my two questions would be, what happens if they kind of crack that and they get that right, because the rest of it looks very, very good? And the second one would be, how confident can you be that you're not going to have those same challenges around the logistics and the delivery and the movement of stock, given the size and the scale and the help and the support they've got when it's just the two of you?
We could have potentially drop-off points, so we can, the nearest dry cleaner that we'd partnered with within that region, maybe they could have a drop-off and a pick-up site from there.
Essentially, that's another important thing to mention. With the dry cleaner relationship, we're trying to build into our concept that they deliver the clothes back to us. So then that will save more courier cost. And another thing to mention is with Enclosed, when they send you out a box of clothing, what they tend to do, there tend to be multiple items in there. And one of the biggest things we found from researching is that the boxes didn't always have the right stock that would match their preferences. Whereas, because it's a different service, we could avoid that issue in the first place because it would be kind of 1 unit, 2 units.
One quick question. VAT, looking at your numbers, do you know what it is and have you thought about it?
VAT?
Yeah.
That's 20%, isn't it?
Yeah. your growth curve, you're going to be hitting this within a few months. Have you accounted for it at all? I don't see it in the numbers. So 1/6 of all your turnover, you've got to set aside because it's not yours, it's tax.
Okay, that's something we definitely need to build into the financials.
Okay.
But it's a figure we can take, although I'm not certain how it will balance out. One thing, a mistake in the financials is the cost of the warehouse.
Right.
Due to a change in plans, we're no longer having to invest in a larger warehouse. So that's around 11,000.
The
11,000.
big one, I just want to make sure that when you look at this again, think VAT, drop me a line, because it'll be one of the biggest numbers on this bit of paper which you haven't got accounted for, and it's going to come straight off your top line.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Hoping her business will stand out from the rest, Abbie Pritchard with Nutritive, an app that tracks all your nutritional needs, including all vitamins, minerals, calories, fat and carbohydrates. The app allows customers to easily enter foods that they are eating to understand whether it has a high, reasonable or no nutritional content. From here, the customers will be able to track their progress and alter their diet accordingly. It is hoped this app will help the users to be healthier and fitter, preventing them from developing the common cold or flu and even chronic illnesses and cancer.
Good evening, thank you for being here. My name is Abbie and I am going to be talking to you about Nutritive. Nutritive is going to be an app that tracks all your nutritional needs. I personally suffer with a condition called ME, which causes debilitating fatigue, joint pains, concentration problems. I discovered that nutrition could help get rid of a lot of the effects of it, and within 3 days of me completely changing my diet, I am now walking again. I'm pretty much free of joint pains. I have so much more energy. How I get an income from this is that people can sign up. The app will be free to download and it'll ask you a few general health questions and things like that, but it's looking to maintain your health, not weight loss or weight gain, but they can be secondary effects of having a healthy diet. They have a choice of different tiers, so there's 4 different tiers of what they can do, so ranging from free to $7.99 a month. Essentially, I feel that it could be completely life-changing because it's already been life-changing the last 2 years for me, and cancer and other illnesses could affect you or one of your close relatives, and using this simple app with up-to-date technology and up-to-date research could prevent a lot of that. So what I'm looking to do in my 5-year plan is I'm looking to do a range of things. The first thing is to develop a cookbook that will work completely separately from the app, but they'll both also equally go together. So let's say I'm cooking a recipe on my book and I'm popping it on my app. It can directly be linked but used separately, so I can have 2 sources of revenue.
I've got 2 questions. First one, your pricing. You've got basic, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. The only difference between platinum and gold is that platinum's half the price, but you pay once a year. Is that right?
Yes, but it's just essentially rather than having a rolling monthly membership, that I will then have the customer for the year.
Yeah,
so
you've got their money basically.
Yeah,
up front. Right. Okay. The
nice
second question is, I'm trying to look. All of this is about someone saying, "I've eaten that. What's in it? What's good? What's bad?"
Yes.
There's nowhere in here I see that actually tells me how you're going to pull all that data together when there's thousands and thousands.
There are millions of different foods. All the information is out there and it's completely free to use. So it's just extracting it from that and popping it in my database.
But even for the simple things, if I go downstairs and I have, even as you said, if I have a couple of slices of beef, new potatoes, salad and dressing to go with it, how do I get that data into this app?
So essentially you'll type in that you have roast beef, kind of the rarity of it, because that depends also on the nutritional content, and then it will just pop up.
Where are we with the app itself and the development of that?
Question.
Okay, so I have all the pages designed myself.
That's already started, isn't it?
Yeah. I've got a meeting with a app developer in 2 weeks' time. I'm also now just building up my social media. I've got my logo and everything released.
I kind of have a feeling, especially after today and seeing you in action, that actually you're going to do like little video posts, YouTube posts.
I've been doing loads of live videos on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I'm just creating my other page to bring the followers across and do loads of live videos.
I'm just thinking how you could maybe capitalise on that.
Yeah.
And monetise on it.
You can add me on Facebook and you see what I can do.
A little bit more just about how exactly it works, because I get your passion, I get your enthusiasm. Once I've plugged in my food diary, what's the output at the end of the day and what's the recommendation?
So it will show how much, so it'll be completely personalised to you of how much you need of everything. And then if you're low in something, there'll be a pop-up or whatever, oh, you're looking a bit low in vitamin C, for example. Have you tried eating more oranges?
Yeah.
So is it about making sure the intake is in balance, so you're getting enough of each one? Because could you not just take like multivitamin that's
well,
recommended?
with the multivitamins on the market, most of them are synthesised, which means they're made in a laboratory and they're made by humans. Food that you eat is directly, the vitamins are directly absorbed into your bloodstream, so they're in you straight away. Multivitamins, yeah, it says great on the packet, but actually the amount that actually gets into you is much, much smaller, so they're actually expensive urine.
It's a little bit
in
like
the
the
long
difference
term.
between natural sugars and
Yeah.
But wouldn't you just take
manufactured
more
sugar.
tablets?
I'm never going to look at my multivitamins in quite the same way again, I have to say.
Well, it doesn't look like it's doing you too badly.
And also,
my multivitamin diet hasn't kicked in yet.
and also on the health market, you don't actually have to have any clinical studies or trials to prove that it works.
My question is, what's next? Like you get to that stage where you've got everything on there and you're loading it up, and say 3 years from now, you've got everybody working on it. Are you going to contact a supermarket or something and then get them to patch in so they can? You're not just recommending what they eat. You can actually get a percentage of the sale, or what's next after that, or is it?
I've been thinking of that, but then I didn't want to tie myself down to one supermarket.
Why?
Because, okay, so for example, if I tied myself down to Tesco's back in 2012, and then I've tied myself down with a 10-year contract that I'm going to, promote their foods, and I'm going to get that, boom, horse meat scandal. I don't
Come on, we'll get over scandal.
Yeah,
like
I know, but it still gets jokes about,
I made a lot of money out of the horse meat scandal in terms of the share price stuff.
I did work experience with Daily Telegraph.
No, but it's
that
true.
week.
But sales can always come back. I wouldn't let that worry about you.
No,
worry about
but
it too. You can always go to a consortium to
that's
sit in a
probably a
category,
better idea.
and then you can
Like,
get a mix or a cardo and Waitrose and etc. Anyway, just an idea.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think your time's up.
Sorry.
Okay, well
Thank you so much.
A group of young entrepreneurs consisting of SIDNEY ELLIS, Thomas AXTELL, Henry LAGRANGE and Daniel WHEATE, with their business, Counterplay Cafe. Counterplay Cafe is a social area that strives to bring people together through gaming. With both board and video games to offer, along with refreshments, Counterplay Cafe is a much needed, niche and comfortable space for the community. This is not only a great space for those who already play socially, but is also a fantastic outlet for those who don't, bringing them together with other like-minded gamers.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are Counterplay Cafe, a business which encourages socialising through the gaming medium. We have found that when playing games alone, it was very boring and left us feeling not very happy as we felt we should be. So we decided to change this by playing games together. So to share this experience, we have created a board game and video game cafe.
The closest both board game and video game cafe is in Canada. However, there are some board game and video game cafes separately, a bit closer to home. The Gamers Lounge in Egham is more of a retro gaming place, and we will focus on both retro and modern gaming.
Within the first month, we have decided to increase our social media following to get people in who are interested in gaming and also promote ourselves more. With month 2 and 3, we will host local events at community centres to gain customer feedback and potentially see where the business can go. Once we start to generate revenue, we will expand this to video platforms such as Facebook Live, Snapchat and Twitch to promote gamers having fun playing games and to encourage other people to come in and play.
So we're thinking a 3-tier plan would be best for this. £5 for one, which gives reduced cover charge, free tickets, that sort of thing. And so it goes £5, £15, £30, with each having respective rewards to their cost. We'd also have loyalty rewards. So after 6 months, you'd get like a personalised banner, which could be it's like a coat of arms to represent you in the shop, as well as 50% off party vouchers and that sort of thing.
There are many ways in which our business can develop. When we have our own shop space, we would hope to host regular tournaments, as they are a great way to bring people together and also bring a lot of attention to our business. We would start in a local community centres and then expand after a while into a small shop space, and then we would move into a bigger shop space and hopefully a bigger and bigger. So after 5 years, we would hope to sell games from the counter and also merchandise to give to our customers, obviously to sell. And so they have a mug at home and their mum asks, "Oh, where'd you get that mug from?" Counterplay Cafe. "Oh yeah, I heard about that." promoting the business more. We would also hope to gain sponsors and also maybe sponsor others like YouTube personalities. So thank you for listening, and we welcome any questions.
Do you think £3 is enough money to charge?
We're going to start in a community centre, and in that setting it'll be £3. However, when we branch out to a shop space, it'll be £5.
Yeah, we want to make it low enough so people are enticed. The £3 cover charge only covers the games, and then of course they pay for the drinks separately.
Because
we'll try to make them.
You could make it like £15 for the day, unlimited gaming, food and drink. If you start your offering low, people get really, really annoyed when you start upping the price.
All right.
Whereas if you start it high and premium, at least you can rate back. It's like the best way to turn up to a meeting that you don't know how to dress for is in a full 3-piece suit, because at least you can take clothes off.
How do you make it look like Counterplay Cafe? What is that feel when I come in? What does it look like? What's the just the look and feel of the place?
Yeah, the way we designed it for our plans for the future, how it would look. On page 14, Visions for Future, we will share the idea of eventually owning a large shop space with extravagant theme design walls, luscious comfy sofas, designated rooms for particular enthusiasts, for example Dungeons and Dragons or birthday parties. So it's just the idea of having quite a homely, I don't want to say hobbit hole, but that kind of idea of
man cave.
Man cave or women cave, or like people who enjoy gaming cave.
Your age promotion is between 14 plus.
Yeah.
So there could be an eventuality where a 18 plus is gaming with a 16-year-old, correct?
Yeah.
All of those types of age gaps problems will present themselves very, very quickly, which is another huge administration cost onto your company that you need to think about.
So have you thought about that?
We have, yeah.
We have discussed it quite a bit actually. Yeah. There is the idea that we're going to have to check for ID. Like if some certain person, if we're providing Fun Employed, for example, is a 16 plus, and we're letting 14 plus come in, we'll need to monitor them. And so
how are they going to prove, as in that age, they don't have ID necessarily, do they, apart from the passport potentially, but they don't have driving licence, so it's a bit more tricky.
If we don't believe they look the age, then we just can't let them play at that point.
And we'd also have allocated areas for different age rating games. So if someone was playing an 18 and 17.
Here's a question: how old do you think I am?
22.
Well, because you've already researched.
Pick a number between
5.
Okay, I think we've run out of time, guys. Okay,
thank you, boys.
Well done, mate. Okay.
Up next is Will Bauer with his business Royalty 3. Royalty 3 is a marketing agency with a difference, specialising in creative campaigns to grab your customers' attention in new ways. Ensuring that customer engagement is at the heart of everything they do, they pride themselves on coming up with creative ideas that will turn those customers into loyal, repeat users of their clients' services and products.
Good evening, my name is Will and I'm here to talk to you about my marketing agency, Royalty 3. The average person nowadays can see up to 5,000 adverts in one single day. Now that's insane. We want to be that one advert in 5,000 that people actually enjoy and remember. So we've made it our mission to help local businesses stop selling to people online and start engaging with them instead, using video to educate and to entertain. So we've done things like promote an estate agency by hosting a viewing in a house filled with secret cameras, dropping hints that they belong to Santa Claus. We've interviewed Labour and Conservative MP candidates using our secret weapon, my 5-year-old cousin Alana Grace, who quizzed them about their favourite Frozen characters and their views on Brexit. And it works. Our videos have been seen by Ricky Gervais and Sir Richard Branson, and we've achieved press coverage including nationals like the Daily Mail, the Express and the Metro. But it wasn't enough. So I went away and studied hard for the next year and a half, learning everything I could about online marketing and running a business. And eventually, one night I had an epiphany moment. The business needed A, a continuity service bringing in regular income, and B, we needed to target specific businesses. So we now provide clients with a full range of online services. We also deliver strategy, social media management, websites and email marketing services. And we specialise in estate agency and trampoline marketing and have built up detailed blueprints of the best way to market each to get spectacular return on investment. So we now want to continue building the company over the next 5 years, bringing on bigger clients with bigger budgets and doing more weird and wonderful projects on a national level, making more headlines. I'm here today asking for your help to take the business forward. We've established a strong foundation, but now need support growing this into the hugely successful business that I know it can be. Thank you for listening. Are there any questions?
Plenty.
Sorry,
no, you go for it.
Just tell us about, you mentioned 2 clients in this last week alone. Just talk us through one of them and what you're doing for them.
So they were both trampoline parks. We made the website for one of them a few weeks back, and we pitched last Thursday. So that's we call it the trampoline marketing package. So it consists of a variety of services on a monthly retainer basis, and that's social media, email, customer retention, and all those sort of bits and bobs.
So what is it they're paying for?
It's everything, essentially. So we'll run their social media, we will go there for a day a month and do a creative day, which is filming all the content, the videos, photography for the next month.
What is it that we can really give you? I know you said how you'd like help, but can you be a bit more specific? Because I'm sort of thinking you've done a lot of the hard work.
It's the doing the work behind the scenes, the procedures, the legal stuff, the accounting, and I think we're very good at marketing and selling, but there's 100 other things we're not so good at, and that's why I need people like you.
So have you created your own video to?
We did a video called The Old Age Hipsters, which was a gaggle of older people dressed as young people, as hipsters, and they had a bit of a rave, and that was where both my nans were involved, Nana Babs and Nanny Jean. They had an uncle in it as well. They had a great day, and that got, I think it was 65,000 views.
Was this to promote Royalty 3?
It was.
Yeah, okay.
But is any of it, so you provide a service, understood, but anything linked to actual achievement? So is there
performance targets?
Yeah, performance targets.
Sure. Some clients will want KPIs, others won't. I don't like the whole, the social media reach and things like that. They can be exaggerated, but I think marketing needs to tie into sales in some sort of way to make sure we're doing our job. And if we're not, they can walk away. I see it's our job. We're providing a service. If we're not doing our job, then they can get rid of us.
Is that how it says? They can walk away. So you haven't actually got a contract. It's a rolling monthly.
It will be 6 months.
So just as a scenario, you've done some marketing, you created a cool video for your trampoline park, that gets X amount of views, and then, so say roughly what sort of views did the last video get, and how many extra people did that create through the door for them at the trampoline park?
So we're working with one that's just opening very soon in Chichester. So we did a launch video for them, and that got 40,000 views.
Where's the creative bit come from? Is it all with you? Have you got 2 people who support generally, but where's the creation come from? Is it all with you?
Well, I'd like to say there's no I in team. Sure. I think I'm the driving creative force, but it's much better when we're all brainstorming, throwing ideas at each other, and it's fun as well. So it's a joint effort.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
All right. Thank you, Will.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
And last, but certainly not least, Harry Daymond with Kart Kompany. Kart Kompany is a multifunctional event brand which provides services in the form of a vintage cart for weddings, parties and other special occasions. Once the cart has been hired, it can be transformed into almost anything the client wants it to be. So far, the candy cart, which is set up with a full selection of sweets, the cocktail cart for drinks, and the craft cart, set up to entertain children throughout the day, has proved to be extremely successful. The Kart Kompany now aims to grow the brand, making it both recognisable and desirable throughout the wedding and events industries.
Good afternoon, my name is Harry Daymond. So today I'd like to present to you the Kart Kompany. The inspiration came to about 3 years ago. I was at a family wedding, I was quite restless, didn't really have much to do. It wasn't until the beginning of the reception I noticed a table being set up in the corner, and on this was bowls of sweets. But as I sat there, I noticed a vast amount of people, ranging from all ages, taking a real interest in what was on the table. And it made me think, is there something here? Is there a business opportunity here? So the main service I offer at the moment is the candy cart, which you can see set up on the right. How it works is the customer pays a set price, which then entitles them to their choice of sweets, all the utensils necessary, the scoops, the bags, anything they require for the event. But this candy cart idea, it does already exist. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take the idea further. I'm trying to create new services that still focus around the same brand and under the Kart company name, but offer something different. So to start with, I've also got Cocktail Kart, which was a concept I tried at a family wedding. So then another idea was Craft Kart. Now Craft Kart is a kids' entertainment, and how it works is for about 2-hour duration, the cart is filled with crafts, card, paper, anything, and just kids can make what they want. It gives them kind of something to do when they get quite restless at an event. So in the future, I feel there is potential with this. I feel with my drive and my passion, I feel like I can take this somewhere. Currently, I'm only operating the one cart. Now, I feel like I can engineer something better. I feel like I can create more of these which give it better experience. Maybe it goes up a bit better, a bit quicker. Maybe looks a bit more aesthetically pleasing. In the next 12 months, I hope to have multiple carts operating in a variety of events across the county, offering the new services that I want to branch out into. So I feel with your investment, your knowledge and your understanding is what I need to really take the next step and make this something worth. So thank you very much for listening, and I'd like to invite any questions.
Do you think this could provide you with a living?
If I expand enough and offer the different services, which then means seasonality is covered, then I feel it could really do something quite special.
So at the moment, I know you've only got one, and how long would you say it would take to make an additional cart, and
Well,
how much does that cost?
Well, this one, because originally I said it cost about £350, but the reason for this is because we didn't really know what we were doing. It was with my grandpa in his garage. We were finding materials, but I feel like if we could properly get good blueprints and designs, and maybe get a manufacturer to actually design it, then you'll be able to get out quicker, make multiple cars, and potentially actually sell the car itself as well.
You've considered yourself slightly on the expensive side, but not the highest quality. You've already started to go around the venues. You've identified yourself as a preferred supplier. How are you going to retain that position?
First of all, it's just the relationship between it. Is I try to be very personal with what I do, but for example, with the cocktail cart, companies have their own bars. If I come in with that, then it's taking away business for them. So it's how I'm trying to become a relationship with them, which means that then they'll hopefully keep them as like our preferred supplier sort of thing.
Harry, talk me through your marketing. Do you think you've allocated enough budget?
I really want to redesign it all. I want to do all that sort of stuff, but I believe that it's quite an unknown area of how much it will cost, obviously, because you know all about it and everything. But I would say I probably should have really allocated more for it. But I mean, at the moment, what I've done now, managed to do all this free because I've been. But I just feel maybe redesign it to grow bigger. I would definitely need to put more into the marketing cost and think about that a bit more.
But you could. So I think the car looks great. I think it's really, really good.
Good.
Whether it's you, your granddad, or both, you've done a fantastic job. It looks really, really good. But you could almost have obviously cards to give out when you're running an event, and you could almost encourage the people that are hosting the event, like the bride and groom, to, almost like give them 10% back if they get another booking, or 20% back if they get 2 bookings. So you could almost encourage them to help encourage their friends to look at it, because the kind of audience you'll get at those kind of events is exactly the same kind of age clientele that might well be getting married themselves.
Your preferred supplier status, someone's having a wedding at a golf club, for example, and so they've booked up their wedding at Cottesmore. They find out about you because Cottesmore say, we have this. Okay. The one thing you haven't mentioned is wedding fairs.
Wedding fairs, when I'm not currently enough because they are very expensive. I've looked at ones at American Express and different sort like that.
Do you think they're expensive for a reason though?
Because get good results out.
And what's expensive? Tell me how much it's going to cost you to take that to.
I think it was like £350, but that's
half your marketing budget at the moment.
So like one, you only need one event from that wedding fair, because they have one at South Lodge, don't they, every year?
At Harley Manor. It was an open day. I went along to speak.
How many bookings did you get from it?
One. So
it paid for itself, but nothing else.
No, but they didn't charge me because I went to speak to them about the first
supply. I'm saying if you were paying for it.
But I mean, I need to get like the focus and everything, like a contract and all that fully sorted, but then I can go along to those.
The other thing is you could make a cart to have in a wedding shop, where they sell your wedding dress. So when you're kind of getting all excited about your wedding, you're buying your wedding dress and your bridesmaids' dresses, that is in the corner of the shop or in the window, so it's kind of addressed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, I think your time's up. No. Thank you.
Very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very good. Well done.
As we draw closer to the end of a fantastic year within Gatwick Diamond, the judges have to make the difficult decision of selecting just one entrepreneur who will walk away with a prize fund of business products and services worth £50,000. Young Start-up Talent would like to thank all of the sponsors and supporters for their support and look forward to working with the next set of entrepreneurs in 2017. All of those who have made it through the process now have the support and business network to make their business a success. We look forward to keeping in contact and up to date with their progress as they grow throughout the year. To find out more about Young Start-up Talent, the sponsors involved, and to follow the progress of the young entrepreneurs, past and present, please visit youngstartuptalent.co.uk.